video is to educate people who be arriving in Italy to know the law that guide special protection, the right which you have with special protection, what you can do with it, how you can get this kind of permit, and then who is eligible to get this kind of permit. Now, if it is your first time of coming across this platform, try to follow me up. This is Prince TV, where we talk about immigration, what happens here in Italy. So now, if you have special protection documents and then you don't know the function, you don't know the right you have with it, in this video, you guys have to now listen. This is a detailed video by Prince TV to now educate people out there what special protection stands for, how it came about, and then what you can do with it. Now listen attentively without wasting your time. This is an articulated video. He said here, for people who do not qualify for international protection, permesso per protezione speciale. Now this document stands for those people who did not qualify for international protection and at the same time did not qualify for social protection. Now let me explain this to the general public that asilo politico, it is for people who cross that sea. If your story is very strong and they see that yes, going back to your country is going to be a problem, then they consider you as refugee status, giving you asilo politico. But if they still consider you not to receive that kind of permit, that is when they have to now switch over to give you what they call subsidiary protection, which also lasts for 5 years. But to an extent, they see that even the subsidiary protection, you are not even qualified to be in that position. That is where you now have the lowest one, which is called protezione speciale. Listen, he said here, the permesso di soggiorno per protezione speciale was created by the Savini decree in 2018. Some major changes were then made by the so-called Decreto Immigrazione, effective as of October 22, 2020. So when they bring in the new immigration decree, which was passed October 22, 2020, that was when they changed this name to special protection. Before, it was just humanitarian protection. Now, he said here, you can use this article to learn more. Who is eligible, how to get it, your rights. He said, this kind of permesso and protection is for those who do not qualify for refugee status or subsidiary protection, but who are nevertheless in need of protection, like I explained in the first part. Now let's go a little bit forward. He said, according to the Italian law, this permesso may be granted to those who, if they return to their country of origin, face danger of persecution on the grounds of the following, which I'm going to mention now. First one, race, gender, sexual identity or sexual orientation, language, citizenship, religion, political opinion, personal or social conditions, risk of being sent from their country of origin in another country where they might face persecution. Then the last one here is risk of facing torture or inhuman or degrading treatment because of the systematic human rights violation in their country of origin. So now these are the grounds they are going to look onto to give you this kind of permit known as special protection. But there is one thing they did not mention here, that if you are integrated in Italy, it is also considered for you to receive special protection. Now listen attentively. He said, according to the new law, this permesso can also be granted to people who may face a branch of their rights to private and family life if sent back to their home countries. He said, this means that if you have family ties in Italy, you are well integrated into social life, or if you have been living in Italy for a long time, you may be eligible for this permesso. So this permesso di soggiorno special protection, it is also meant for people who have lived long here in Italy, you have participated, been integrated, paying tax to the Italian government. You are also eligible for this kind of permit. Listen to only what will make you not to get this kind of permesso. He said here, this does not hold true if the person is considered a threat to national security, public order, or health. So if you be person like say you always they fight for streets, they do bad things, you are not considered to have this kind of permit. So that is what they have stated so far. And listen to this part. He said, how do I get it? He said, you could receive this permesso either as the result of your asylum application or after your permesso per casi speciale expired if you are not eligible for permesso per motivo di lavoro. Now, he said here, as recently stated by the Tribunal of Bologna, you could also apply for the permesso per protezione speciale directly at the questura. However, the questura usually do not accept this application, so you may want to seek the help of a lawyer. So this comes to the point whereby people are not applying for special protection, which has already been rampaging, have made the announcement on this platform. So this is to now let you know that special protection is also eligible for you to go and then apply direct at the questura, either by yourself or going through a lawyer. So that is another way you can acquire this special protection, even without waiting for your asylum result. Now that is it. He said, how long is it valid for? Now let's see how long this document is valid for, which everybody know already. He said, when first introduced by the Savini decree, this permesso was valid for up to 1 year. He said here, since the new Decreto Immigrazione went into effect on October 22, 2020, the permesso per protezione speciale is now valid for 2 years. So during the time of Savini, when they brought that document to be humanitarian protection, it lasts for 1 year, but now it is for 2 years document. He said, how long will it take to get it? He said, because this kind of permesso has been created very recently, we don't know yet how long it may take to get it. So it depends on how your questura take the work, how your area take be. So that will not be waiting 2 days necessary. So that is just it. Now listen, he said, how can I renew it? When I know how to renew this kind of document already, I don't need to read this part. Now let's see, if you can convert this document into a motive of work, which yes, you can convert. I don't need to read that place. Then now let's see, the rights which you have with this kind of permit. Those of you who have special protection, maybe you don't know the rights you have with this kind of permit. Now Praise TV have to come to state to you the article that follows with the rights you have with special protection. Now listen, he said, what right do I have as a holder of protezione speciale? This is a question mark. He said, with this kind of permesso, you have the right to work in Italy, but not in any other European countries. You understand? He said, second one, access to Italian healthcare system, SSN. The another one again is access to the Italian public education system. With 2 years protezione speciale, you can go and then study. Another one again is stay in a reception facility as well as receive basic services at the reception facility. Your right to reception, including hygienic products. You are also entitled to receive medical attention, social and physiological support. Another one again is register with the registering office of your local commune, which gives you the right to get the carta d'identità. So if you have 2 years document, you can apply for residence to not get carta d'identità. Everybody know that one already. Then we also have here, travel within the Schengen area for a maximum of 90 days if you have your national passport. You understand? Now listen to this important part here. Those of you who ask, can I travel back to my home country of origin with protezione speciale? Now listen to what they stated on this point. He said here, mind that if you receive a special protection because you are well integrated in Italy or you have family ties in Italy, you may be able to return to your home country. He said, we recommend that you consult a lawyer before making any decision about this. Now, here I end the video. Most of you sometimes you say, I don't travel to Nigeria with special protection, nothing happened. Yes, it may be that they grant you that document with a reason that you are well integrated because you dey work, they pay tax. Now may they give you that kind of document. Now you feel not get problem with them. But if they also give you that special protection with the same fact that if you go back to your country of origin, it will be a problem to you, mind you that such person is also at a risk. So the best thing for you be say, una know the way how people take the follow am. So now so it just be. According to the law, you can go back to your country of origin, but it still depends on the case of that particular person. If you tell them say at the end of the day say you no go fit go back your country, there is no reason why you will still also use that document to go to your country of origin. That is just it. If you enjoyed this video, do want to give me a thumbs up and share out to others so that they go know how special protection take dey function. I remain your host here on this platform, Prince TV.